All right, so what is the length of side B in the triangle shown? Now, we need to identify the information that we have. Now, if we're identifying the information we have, I know that I have an angle, and I have a side. So angle, angle, side. So that means that I need to look to see, do I have a pair? Do I have a big and little of something?
Yes.
What do I have?
19 and 95 meters.
Okay, so I have 19 degrees and 95. So that would be big and little a, right?
Yep.
So it's going to be 95 over sine of 19 is equal to, now we have to, the only thing we can solve for is AB here, right? Which is going to be, okay, I can do that one, but right here it says solve for little b, right?
Yeah.
But to be able to solve for little b, what do I have to find? What needs to be fixed for this to work out? I need to find big B, right? I need to find big B. And I know that all three angles in a triangle have to add up to. Okay, go ahead. Do the subtraction to see what angle B is supposed to be.
37 degrees.
37?
Diagonal.
Yeah. So that's supposed to be 37. So now I can actually solve for little b. So it's going to be little b over sine of 37 degrees. Let's do our cross products. 95 sine of 37 degrees is equal to b times sine of 19 degrees. So I'm going to get b is equal to 95 times sine of 37 divided by sine of 19. Nope.
Equals,
175.6.
which is the.
Now, 25. Let's see. What is the measure of C in triangle ABC? So let's go through. And whenever I get something like this, what's the important thing I need to do? Draw it.
First.
So I'm going to draw it. ABC, little a, 9.3, little b, 5.7, little c is 8.2.
A should be the biggest.
And I'm trying to find big C, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this is one of the ones that we went through and we actually, for looking for an angle, I have to do the
Cosine inverse.
inverse, right? I have to do the inverse. So this is going to be the cosine inverse, right? So it's law of cosine. So it's going to be angle C is equal to inverse cosine. Now, do you guys remember the pattern?
Yes.
What do I have first?
A squared.
8.2, right? So it's going to be the, if I'm looking for C, it's got to be C first, little c. 8.2 squared minus
9.3.
9.3 squared minus 5.7 squared, all over negative 2 times 9.3 times 5.7. Now, I have to make sure the calculator is what mode?
In degrees.
Degrees, so please make that happen.
60.7, 8, which means 60.8.
All right, does everyone get that? I'm hoping everyone's actually doing some button pushing right now, because this is key, this is important. You have to know how to plug it in correctly. Solve the triangle having given information. So, something like this, I'm going to start by doing what? Draw a triangle. Okay, so A, 108 degrees, 40 minutes. Little b, 70.3. Little c is 60.5. All right. Now, before I do anything, let's start with some identities and some properties that we know have to be true. Okay, looking at this triangle right here, can you guys tell me anything you know has to be true?
Little a is the biggest.
Very good. Why does little a have to be the biggest?
Because it's the largest angle.
Very good. It's across from the largest angle. So let's see. So if I have these other two are here, let's see, little a, there. Okay, that works, right? All the little a's are bigger than what we have over there, right? Okay, that's good. So I was just going through trying to eliminate knowing properties. If there's something I can get rid of that can, easily go through and, hey, every once in a while you might get a win on that one and just get a free answer. So, what's the first thing I have to solve for though? Little a, because this is going to be a side angle side. It's SAS, which is what law? Cosine. SAS is cosine, right? SAS is cosine. No, it's not going to be inverse. I'd only use inverse when I'm looking for an angle. So, let's see. It's going to be little a is equal to inverse. Why'd you say it like that? So, it's going to, I gotta, it's a long one here.
Yeah.
So, little a is equal to the square root of, so not inverse. So, it's going to be, let's go 70.3 squared plus 60.5 squared minus 2 times 70.3, 60.5
Cosine of a.
cosine of 108 degrees, 40 minutes. Again, plugging this in the calculator, not just trying to take a nap on your desk, is important because you need to practice plugging it in. You need plugging in what we're doing.
It's C.
He wears it all the time.
I really don't.
That's funny.
106.1.
Okay, he said it. 2 people said it. She said it. So actually plugging it in and doing the calculator, because you have to know how to plug it in the calculator correctly. Yeah.
This is the one back door that has all the right answers. No,
You put parentheses.
no, that's the stuff we get on the word, on the board. But we stop
cosine.
Yeah.
No, it's not inverse. Degrees. 40 minutes. It's because 108 in a triangle, it only adds up to 180, right? So can you have anything bigger than 108? No, because the other ones have to, like, 108 is more than half, right? So yeah, you can't have another angle that's more than that. Yeah, because then it won't be more than 180, or it won't be 180, right? Does that make sense? Yeah. All right, so since I did come up with 106 on this one, yes. Is it here?
Yeah. I couldn't find the cord.
Yeah?
I need to get a new cord.
You need some help?
Phones sometimes different phones with cord. No. That one sometimes is 2,000. The only one that any cord that I have is
You see how right now change this. You got the angle, but you got 6 point, right?
my boy.
So
That's
supposed to be 6. Okay, I think that's it. Okay. All right. So since I got 106, that means it eliminates all the other answers, right? Law of cosine to find the indicated part of each triangle. ABC. Pacho's Petting Zoo. All right, so if you're paying attention, what's the first thing I do? I heard it. Draw a triangle. A, B, C, little a is 32, little b is 49, little c is 63. Now, in this one right here, it's asking for big A. I have all the sides, right? Yes? I have all the sides, so it's going to use law of cosine, so we're going to use angle A, and again with the pattern. So it's going to be angle A is equal to inverse cosine of 32 squared minus 49 squared minus squared all over.
Oh, negative 2 times 32 times 49.
49
Times 32.
63. 4963, because 32 is my little a, isn't it? 32 is the little a. I'm always using these two, the last two in these ones right here.
I thought the biggest number always went first.
No, it's not the biggest number that always goes first. It depends on the angle I go. So if it's angle A, the first number has to be little a. If it's angle B, the first number has to be little b. If I'm looking for little c, the first number is little c. Okay, so it's always going to be that squared, then minus the other two. And those other two also go in the denominator. Yes? Yes, it's part of the formula. So I went through and I actually did this whole thing, like back when we were going over this the first time. I did the whole thing and I made an equation out of this. I made this equation, so we actually did do this, and actually I came up with all the things and we just started doing it as a pattern. So yes, there is a formula for this. So it's on the reference sheet. If you have the blue reference sheet out, there is one to find an angle, but it's not as laid out like this. You still have to go through and solve for things. All right, so are we entering this in the calculator?
Oh yeah, it's 30.0.
Are we entering this in the calculator? Please do.
I don't know how to do this one.
You did?
What did we come up with?
What the
What are you doing? Yeah, today I asked my mom, I finally cussed in front of you. She's like, yeah, but she thought
Huh?
about something else. Oh, let me see that. I don't see that. Wait, I was like, wait, oh,
All right, yes. Yeah. Anyone questions over this?
No.
I'm not going to do
All right, here's a good one. You guys seen this one on a test?
Well,
You've seen it on a couple tests. You've seen it on some homework. You've seen this one a lot. Yeah, so this time pay attention. Right here, if you need undivided attention. All right, two ships leave a harbor entrance at the same time. The first ship travels at a constant 16 miles per hour. Okay, while the second travels at a 20 miles per hour. If the angle between their courses is 120, how far are they apart after 3 hours? Okay, first, let's look. 16 miles per hour. Yes? 16 miles per hour. So this one over here is going to be 16 times how many hours?
3.
Very good. The other one over here is going to be 20 miles per hour. So it's 20 times how many hours? 3. Very good. So now, are you okay? Okay. So now, if I'm looking right here, I'm looking for the distances from here to here. So I'm going to go through and just put an ABC here. Just because all of our formulas have ABC. This is not labeled, but if I put in an ABC, you could actually use the formula with the ABC. So I'm going to call this one A, call this one B, call this one C. So in this case right here, which side am I looking for? Little b, right? Little b. So we now have the one I'm looking for. I'm looking for little b. What information is given to me? Little a, little c, big B. Now think very carefully. What do I have here? This is a side, an angle, and a side. Side angle side, that's SAS, which is cosine. That one's law of cosine, right? So let's see. We're going to use the formula for this. For little b, so my little b formula is going to look like this. So b equals, now this is from the reference sheet. Okay, what goes next? It's from the reference sheet. What goes next? It's on. Remember, there's a square root, right? Yeah, there we go. It's a square root. Square root's next. Is going to be, let's do this one right here. What's 16 times 3? 48 squared plus 60 squared minus 2 times 48 times 60 times cosine of 120.
Get 48 degrees.
I didn't get 48 degrees. I got 48.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah, what do you
right here it says 16 miles per hour, right?
Yeah.
How many hours?
I can-
So it's 16 times 3 because it's 3 hours, right?
Yeah.
Miles per hour.
Mhm.
So it's going to be 48. Just like on the other side, it's 20 miles per hour for 3 hours. We get 60. Now let's see. Did anyone actually use one of the rules to go along with this? Narwhal.
Huh?
Can you tell me anything special about this that I didn't have to do any math?
It's supposed to be divided by.
Angle B is which?
Oh, it's supposed to be bigger than.
Oh,
than
yeah.
what-
It's the biggest, right? There we go. Angle B is 120, right? So that means that little b has to be the biggest. Let's see. We have 60 here and we got 48 here. So it can't be that, can't be that, can't be that. So it has to be that anyway.
Well, that's pretty good.
Why didn't you tell us about the tree?
Because y'all should have been able to figure it out yourself.
Okay, it's one of those things that if you look, that's why we did it in the last one. I asked you the question. Okay, you know it has to be the biggest. So can that solve some of my problems?
So that's actually a given answer.
It could be a given answer.
Oh,
It could be. I'm not saying that it is, but
No, I'm trying
if you know properties of the triangles, that's going to be an easy. It's a lot less work if you know the properties, or you could just do the math. Either way. But you guys have enough time to do all this math for every single question anyway. Okay?
Are we doing it in one day?
You're doing it in 2 days.
Thursday and Friday?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Wait, we're doing
It might be Thursday, Friday. I don't know. It depends on how long it takes us to get the review done.
Oh, okay.
Solve the unknown angles in triangle ABC. Step 1. Draw it.
Draw the triangle. Wait, draw that triangle. Draw this triangle.
So we have little b, which is 40. No, it's big B. Little b, 4, 7, 3, 0. Little a, 3, 8, 5, 0. 48 degrees. 50 minutes. All right. So this information, given all this right here, what do I have to solve for first?
Big A.
Big A. I have to solve for big A. What law is that going to use?
You already have big A.
I do not have big A.
Little A, little.
You have to use law of sine to solve for big A, right?
Yeah.
So let's do that. So I'm going to start off with 4730 over sine of 48 degrees 50 minutes is equal to, that's going to be 3850 over sine of A. Okay, so now from right here, do my cross products.
Wait.
Do 850 over sine.
Yeah. So cross products, it's going to be, let's see, 4 7. Sorry.
No, it's 3 A.
So it's going to be 4730 sine of A is equal to 3850
Oh, he's doing it that way. He
sine.
hasn't divided it
Yeah, I'm doing the whole thing because some people forgot. 4850. Okay? And then divide both sides by 4730. So I should get sine A equals 3850 sine of 48 degrees 50 minutes over 4730. Now, class, how do I find an angle? To get an angle, I do the,
Inverse.
very good, you do an inverse. So to get the angle, I have to do an inverse. So that's what we're going to do here. So it's going to be inverse sine, right?
They keep this precise.
Of 3850 sine 4850 4730. There you go.
You have it on that side of it.
Yeah. Okay. T. You supposed to say D.
What's the answer?
A. You have to check it.
No, because I only have one person actually say anything so far. So
I said it before we even did it.
did you?
Yes.
Oh, good job. Thank you.
I said it too.
Are you just reading off the board over there?
No, actually.
Hey, language, girl.
I actually did this.
I know. Good job.
Hey,
All right. So we should come up with A because that's the only one that's going to give me that value for angle A. Did anyone not get that value? No, you gotta start with the inverse sign. We're doing the problem. Yeah, you do. Yeah, 3850.
Great guy.
Yeah.
We can make America great again.
Feeling better about this?
Have you seen the video where he was like, if there's a lot of fun in
All right. Numero 30. Listen, please. Now, on this one, find the distance across a C. Surveyor laid off a distance BC. If you guys, I really hate the fact that whoever did this one actually tried to make it color, and it did not help.
C, A, B, C.
And for yours, it's even worse because it's only black and white.
I think it's better.
Yeah, I think it's
No, because I went through and actually I fixed the color,
Oh.
so I tried to lighten it so you could see a little bit.
Like dark blue and white, right?
Yeah.
It's ASS.
And
ASA.
354. There we go.
Awesome.
All right.
No.
It says find AC. Find AC. So, what letter is AC going to be? Little b. Okay, we have little b here. Now, do I have enough information here?
No.
What do I have to find first?
Big A.
Big A. Do the math and find big A, please.
Two answers are eliminated.
Why are two answers eliminated?
Because B is the biggest.
B has to be the biggest, right?
And 354.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so two answers are eliminated there.
Dano snapped his finger.
Yes. That was a narwhal snap right there. The two answers are gone. Okay. I know. All right, so what is angle A going to be?
Angle A is going to be 82 degrees and 30 minutes.
82 degrees, 30 minutes?
75.
75?
Yeah, I just made that up.
It's gonna be 52 degrees and 30 minutes.
50, 30.
52.
52?
Yeah.
Yeah, 52 degrees and 30 minutes.
What the?
That's what
Okay. All right, you guys following? Because I got a lot of wrong answers on that one, so I was getting kind of scared here. All right, so now we're going to do law of sine. Law of sine, I'm going to have, let's see, 3, 5, 4 over sine of 52 degrees, 30 minutes is equal to little b over sine of 112 degrees, 10 minutes. All right, at this current moment in time, you people should be able to do this math and jump straight to here. We've done it a whole lot. You guys should be able to go straight to the calculator on this.
Yeah, people do their homework.
People that do their homework. Because we know this is going to end up becoming, it's going to look just like this. Little b is equal to 3, 5, 4 sine of 112 degrees, 10 minutes, divided by sine of 52 degrees, 30 minutes. Please make sure you guys are plugging this in.
Oh yeah, 413. I don't know. I feel the laugh.
Mr. Poncho, it sounds like a spray ball. Can anybody fall asleep?
I feel offended.
You don't know.
Wait.
What? Okay, Captain Marvel.
No.
What's up? Yeah.
No, Captain Marvel. They call out.
All right. Is everyone get there yet? Anyone not there? Anyone not there?
You better be there.
My answer is
413.
The
We did it. We did it, guys.
Are you guys feeling good about this?
I finally figured out how to do this kind of work. Hey guys.
Go a bit forward.
Now let's fit our problems.
All right. Now, simplified form of this. Let's factor this a little bit. What is the factors of 18? 9 times 2, right? 9 times 2, right?
Yes.
So if I break this up, it's going to be square root of 1 times square root of 9 times square root of 2, right? Why did I use square root of 9? Yeah, because I could break that down. Because 9 is a perfect square. And the square root of negative 1 gives me what? Say I. So I get I get 3 I rad 2.
Let's see.
Wasn't it a negative though?
No, it's not negative.
No, it's not negative because the square root, this is 1. Sorry, it didn't show up there. Square root of negative 1 there.
Wait, let me get a. Wait, where's the one?
Where the what?
The one?
Negative 1. See the negative that's in the 18?
Oh,
Yeah. So yeah. All right. So now, this is the moment right now. Since we're doing these types of problem, what should you do? No, not rad. It's rectangular now, right? So real or complex?
Mine hasn't changed from rectangular since we started.
I know my computer's been down. I haven't been able to reset it. So my geometry kids, when they actually did it wrong, and they get like imaginary numbers, they're like, "Oh yeah, it's a fifth." I'm like, "All right, okay." Anyway, you guys okay?
Yeah.
So this is the point of the time where plug it in. Could we have just plugged it in? You could just plug it in and plug in all your answers as long as your calculator mode is in
Degree rectangular.
rectangular. Okay?
It doesn't matter if it's in degree, right?
Yep.
Oh, wait,
On this, it's not going to matter on this one. So, product. There's an I in front. Okay? Be very cautious of that. Because, I'm telling
I
you,
didn't see that at first.
I know, on previous tests, even on the final exam, people are playing slap hands over there and not noticing that there is a I in front of this. So your answer is going to be wrong.
Why is there not a space? That's annoying.
It's a type. It's kind of like the type because math type. It didn't fit. So just deal with it. Okay. So be glad you actually have a review at all. Ooh. 3 times 3.
9.
3 times positive 4i
12i
plus 12i
minus 12i
minus 12i.
Wait, we have to write our work for credit?
16i squared.
What is it?
16i squared.
Minus or plus?
Minus.
Minus 16i squared, and all this is still with an I out front. All right, so if I did this correctly,
Should have a little boy.
I should have narwhal.
Whoa.
Okay.
Join Afro.
Looks
Okay.
like a little boy.
Now, what is I squared?
It's a 1.
It's what?
Positive 1.
Negative 1. I squared is negative 1. So this is going to turn this negative 16 into a positive 16, right?
Yeah.
So positive 16 and my 9 gives me, so 25. And I have plus 12i and minus 12i.
12. 25.
That goes to 0, right? So my answer is just going to be 25i.
We could have just plugged it into the calculator.
Could I have just plugged it into the calculator? Can we do it?
Yes.
we can.
I think so.
If
you guys know what that is.
Wait, there's a new bar.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I'm going to show you my calculator here.
I don't know.
I'm going to check my modes, settings, cancel right there. Docs, settings, 2, polar, I want rectangular. There we go. All right. Huh? You can leave it in degree. It doesn't matter right now because I don't have anything. It's degree or radian. It doesn't matter right now. Okay, so now let's take a look. I'm going to put a calculator. I parentheses. What was my first number?
3.
3
Minus 4i.
Minus 4i.
minus 4
Close the parentheses.
I
3 plus 4.
close
Open a new one.
3 plus 4 I close hit enter.
25 times.
25 times I.
If anyone gets this one wrong,
Drop out.
okay.
If anyone gets this one, your mom.
Now, I'm going to start with the calculator on this one, which is different than my previous, because you guys are going to have to see if you can do it in the calculator right away. 2 minus I, so control divide 2 minus I over
Yeah, I put a 2. I don't know how I got 2.
5 plus 6i.
Yeah, I got 2 somehow.
5 plus 6i.
Plus 6i.
Does it simplify my fractions for me too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dang.
That's perfect.
Answer is B.
Answer's what? B?
D. Like a dog. Cute.
Like Herman.
Herman's a dog.
He ain't even good enough to be a dog. He's a chihuahua.
No dog.
He ain't even a chihuahua. He's a poodle, but ain't cute.
Okay. Complex number. What is it going in the real direction?
Down.
Negative.
It's going -3. What is it going in the imaginary?
Positive. 2i. Positive 2i.
Very good. So it's -3 plus 2i. Which graph represents this one? Now, first, what's my radius? What's my radius? Please pay attention right now. What's the radius?
240.
Try again. What's the radius?
2.5.
R C I S theta. R is the radius. Cosine I sine of my angle.
Wouldn't it be 2?
It's going to be 2 here, right? Now, where is my angle supposed to be at?
240.
240. What quadrant is 240 supposed to be in?
240 is
3.
Which is
Supposed to be in quadrant 3. So,
Herman snapped his finger and 2 of them disappeared.
800.
okay. Now, what is cosine at 240?
Negative 1 over 2.
Negative 1 over 35.
Minus, what is sine? Or actually, I'm sorry, plus.
Square root
You got the
of
I.
3. Negative square root of 3.
Negative square root of 3 over 2. Do my distribution, I get negative 1 and minus
Exactly.
I rad 3. So, in the real direction, it's got to go
Down to the
You
left.
gotta go down one.
left 1,
And left.
down rad 3. Left 1, down rad 3.
Down.
That's the only one it can be.
And it is time
Okay.
to go.
I'm trying to finish this so we can be done.
Done
Got
with
1 minute left.
No, yeah, you're right. I ain't got enough time. I'll finish it Monday. Monday, please come in ready to do some testing.
Yep. Time to get these answers.